I've been, I guess I want to try and keep this shorter today. Um, Interesting day, rough day, and good day. Um, so I did my third IPL treatment yesterday, and today I feel like I noticed something. So it's 1 week slash 3 sessions of IPL. And I've only done 3 sessions of my face. My body has done one because that just takes a lot longer. The face I can get done in just a couple of minutes tops. Um, so maybe I'll get faster as I get better at it. I'm not sure, but um, yeah, 3 full treatments on my face, 1 week, and I noticed. I'm pretty sure I noticed results. The other times that I thought I've noticed results, I did have them, but I was like, maybe I'm being delusional. So I'm going with it this time, and it's like right in here. Mm, yeah, right through there on each side. There's no like actual. That side, I think they're just really, really tiny. But on this side, there's no hair where like my actual finger is. And this just on my face anyway, like through here, it definitely looks visibly like less. Um, Down here is still shit. So today, um, I woke up like after I was supposed to be at work. So I called them and was like, hey, I just woke up. I'm on my way. I overslept. And part of that is also a time commitment, right? Like they know how long it takes for me to drive back and forth. Um, so I did not have the normal, like, if I call them and I'm like, hey, I just woke up, and I show up like an hour and a half later, fully made, we probably have a problem. Now, the company has a policy to handle that, but it's like, that is not a good look. And someone had to stay late to cover my absence. So it was like, I needed to get to work. So we're on this whole like control we can control. Yesterday, and the last couple of days, the focus, but my video yesterday, I guess, was about not allowing other people to rent space in our mind. So I didn't. I shaved. I put some mascara on, which I can see I've like rubbed my eyes since I've been off work, but I put it on and I left. Um, it sucked. I did not enjoy it, but I did notice. I avoided the mirror for the large majority of the night. Like I held my pee so many times tonight. I went to a public bathroom twice because I just did not want to see myself. I could not believe I was outside like that. So, um, for me, it was bad, but at the same time, it was empowering. I went in there and just rocked my shit and just did my thing. Um, you know, so it wasn't bad. No one was like super shitty to me. Um, in that sense, the interactions were better than normal. So maybe that's like the thing. Maybe that's the play. Like going with no face on at all, showing shadow, and just kind of be nice to people. I don't know. You tell me. My coworkers didn't give me any shit today. Granted, it wasn't like one of the people there tonight was like super chill with me, and he's hilarious. I'm not going to repeat the things that he said on here because I probably would be in trouble if anyone like I don't want to repeat it anyway. But he's hilarious. I'll just put it that way. Um, so I was super brave. I went to work. I did not put a face on. The mascara took like fucking like whatever, however long that takes. I don't know, 60 seconds maybe, a minute 20. I'm not sure how careful I was being. Actually, I wasn't careful because I remember having to like Q-tip a couple of spots. So probably 2 or 3 minutes. Anyway, I get to work. I relieve dude, and I made it to work 40 minutes after I woke up versus making it to work like an hour and 35 minutes after I woke up. And then when I got home, um, my wife and and I'm like trying so hard not to say her name. Um, my wife and I went back out so she could get like her little phone lens on her camera fixed so we can turn it in and get credit toward her new phone. It's not the newest gen iPhone, but it's the one before, and it is like super awesome. I hate Apple products. I don't have one. Um, her phone's great, and it's pink. So it's like super cute. Um, anyway, we were going to get like her old lens fixed or whatever. We get that fixed, and like the car needed an oil change super, super bad. Um, but I still, like, I was back home now and I had plenty of time. And I looked over at her, I was like, hey, is it cool if I have like 35 minutes to like, and then I realized, like, wait a minute, I probably need to shave again. Okay, well, yeah, it was originally like 25. That went to 35. And then I was about to ask for like 45 or 50. It's like, bitch, we are going to fucking Valvoline and a phone repair place. So I just said, fuck it. And I asked if I could sit in the car. And while she went inside to the phone place, she agreed. Um, Again, she's like super awesome. It like doesn't matter the situation. She's pretty much down, especially if I'm stating my needs up front and like giving her the option as opposed to just like imposing it because I've got a fucking like internal issue I'm dealing with. Um, so I have been trying to acknowledge a lot more how my transition does affect her. It's easy to get lost in the selfishness of it all because like I'm going through a lot, um, and I have to put a lot of focus on me. Um, so I think that was like she does appreciate when I acknowledge basically that like it doesn't have to be 45 minutes just to go to fucking like Valvoline. It's ridiculous. So I did that. It was super brave. She went inside alone to the repair place, and we of course sat in the car while Valvoline did their thing. So that was cool. I felt like a very very brave bunny today, um, and I ate the dick. I didn't want my coworker to fucking showing up at 1:30 over my own like internal problem, not work related. It's like, dude, like I'm basically saying fuck you to him. Um, so I couldn't feel good about that and didn't, and I was glad I faced the music. Um, my wife just did her makeup and she looks beautiful. And got her hair done. Actually, her hair looks so good that she's getting like called back to go do a photo shoot. So she just put some makeup on and she looks gorgeous. Um, So, as far as like people who have normal jobs, this is a channel that's supposed to be about like, self reflection and an idea of what the transition process looks like, not talking about it once we've been there. Um, and can basically like map it out. Like, well, this is what the map looks like, I guess, supposing I stay alive long enough to document it. Um, so, I'm like restocking my station and I pick a box and I set it down and I break my fucking nail off, and then I broke another one off, putting a bag away inside the same freezer. Um, so, like, I'm short a nail, I'm short a nail, and so just as, like, I love having them too, because I get to do, like, the fucking clicky sound. That is so fun. I love to do it, like, every time I tap something at work, right? Like, on the little register, I make the tap sound. I love that. It's, like, fucking affirming as fuck. So yeah, just to be super careful, like reaching into like coolers and stuff like that, like your nail will get like in between like the little wire things, and then any wrong move you make and it's just boop, gone. It's super shitty. Or like if you're going in and there's like the bar that goes across, those shred these nails. It's bad. So I lost two today and I'm going to put this back on. It's fast, fortunately. And I think the other thing that I wanted to mention was like, okay, so I'm at about almost exactly 9-month HRT mark, something like that, close enough. And my boobs today made a step. My wife had the same reaction to it too. It was like all of a sudden, like for the first time, I like just just kind of was like putting my hand on them or whatever, giving a little progress check, and it felt like boob. It was like, whoa, wait a minute, that's booby. And she, corroborated. So, like, that was super cool. So I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about the process of that. So, like, I guess about 1 month in, I probably had, like, I'm not trying to be, like, inappropriate or anything like that, so don't take this the wrong way. It's supposed to be informative. Like, about a month in, I was, like, the best way I could describe it was that my nipple was, like, swollen, like, out and around. And then after that, it was like you could kind of cup them and it was like different and you could tell, and they would like kind of move around a little bit in a way that they wouldn't before. And granted, I'm like a super skinny bitch, so it may not be the same thing for other people, but if you have a body composition like mine, all of a sudden you just like, you'll feel it, and it's like, okay, that's not normal. Okay. And that's where it's like the same thing as before, like, I think I'm delusional. I'm not sure if I'm delusional, but that feels different than it did. And then I feel like the next step was like, I got like what I considered half of an A cup. And I've been stuffing my shit anyway, so like I don't even know if I know what half of an A cup technically is, but that's kind of like what I described it as. It's like bigger than mosquito, but you're not, no. And then I got the A cup phase, and that's like I don't, again, I didn't actually go buy an A cup because I'm just gonna outgrow it. I just used like the sort of fitness ones, so that they last for varying sizes. You look beautiful, baby. And then it was like, I guess a month ago maybe, I looked in the mirror and I was like, wait a minute, my nipple looks lower. And it's because they had grown and gotten some weight and fallen a little bit. So I guess that was like at about 8 months. And that was a super good feeling, and today is a super good feeling. So I'll go ahead and give, like, the little demo. Again, I'm not like trying to be crude or anything. So this is with the stuff. Yeah. 1 second. This is actually a little harder than I thought it would be. Here, we'll just do it like that. So that's without. So definitely like a difference, one side by side with the other. But as you can see, it's definitely visible. If you are in this like stage, that's kind of what you'll expect. I hope I just didn't flash people. As far as results are concerned, I just started taking the hormone that's going to make these kind of like get a lot more womanly and make my form come out. Like, I can tell I'm getting some tummy. So I guess as a visual reference, that's sort of what you would expect. If I just flashed everybody, I'm just going to re-record this. It's easier than like editing shit, and like downloading the software and all that nonsense. So, I'll go ahead and just end it there because that's all I really had to say. And overall, good day.